everybody says they want the truth all the time, but I don't really think you want the truth. You want the truth to be what you would love it to be, but it's not always like that, is it? Is it? Like people say they wish the best for me. They don't know. They don't. Okay. We're going to get to everything. I got some notes down and we will go from there and we will listen to you people. A lot of people say, "Oh, this is a lame work. This is a work." This is not a work. There was many things that weren't works that became works because of the bullshit I had to listen to for stupid reasons. And yeah, the truth hurts, but we will get to everybody. Any questions? And I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy that. I decided to do this because I just wanted to go and have fun. But that was always a problem. The problem was that, oh, you don't do Saturday nights. I had a day off. I had a schedule. I had a schedule. And it was like, it's not like you go anywhere. It doesn't matter where I go and how I do my life. But I was told that since I enjoy being home, a lot of people do that. They like to be home. It was a problem, and also that it would, by me going on at 4 o'clock, would affect the money that we're working for. We're working for something. We are a team. We did this together. It wasn't a togetherness. It wasn't all it was talked about was family. Oh, it's family. It's family. When is it family? It's only family on the air. Okay. Only family on the air. It was all fucking bullshit. And just like, just telling me what to do, calling her and saying, Bob shouldn't do this, Bob shouldn't do that. It was like, I'm an employee. I'm an employee. Okay. I was paid by the month, and that's it. Remember when Shuley had the block party? Scott wanted him to open up the books, and he was like, well, he has a set fee. So he should never complain about anything. He gets a set fee every show. So do I. But that was like, he shouldn't see the books. Even when I said, I'd like to be more involved. I'd like to, since we're all family, I would like to be part of this. I'd like to uh, be part, like owner or whatever it is. And he was like, "Are you going to stay up all night clipping like clips for the BS show?" Like the whole BS show was about me. It was like nobody opened up on anybody's like you knew nothing about anybody. You knew nothing about anybody else but me. And if I didn't open up about like that I always did, it was just insane. It was like I'm not trying, I'm not doing this. I'm not. The BS show started on Vince Russo's network. Vince hit me up and he goes, "You want to do a show?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be cool." And he goes, "Yeah, if you see if maybe Shuley wants to do it with you or whatever." And I hit him up and we were doing it. Then once we left there, we were coming over to the Shuley network to do the BS show. The thing was that we started to make money, and basically the BS show was going to be me and Julie splitting that money. It was our own show. And basically, it's like next thing you know, nothing happens again. It's like all the money goes to whatever, you just deal with it or whatever. It's just insane. Okay. But that's the beginning of everything that was starting. I mean, it was basically anything. Even when I quit Kevin, it was like we're going to go, oh, he's not going to pay you, so we'll go on and we'll make that money back for you. That and you can hear the shows, this money's going to Bob, this money's going to Bob. It's all bullshit. It never did. It never did. And it's about loyalty. There is no fucking loyalty. Okay, I was just I get called on the phone, I get fucking yelled at, like I'm not helping sell other people's jokes. Like I'm supposed to laugh at something. Like, does it sound canned laugh to you a lot? It's like we got to sell for each other. If we're funny, you don't have to sell anything, you know. And it's like, oh, you don't, you know, you're not like a team player because you don't laugh at everybody's stuff, which made no sense because if you can tell that it's like if you got to go ha ha ha, that's funny. It's not funny. It's definitely not funny. That is a fucking fact, you know. And everybody thinks that I got fucking like she was mad because of the fact that she didn't get. He all he does is talk about family. It's all family all the time, you know. I let the guy stay at my house. You know what I mean? It's just insane that when you can write something off, why would you want to stay in a house, a family like there's four people here, and it's like one time I said my mother-in-law is coming in next that week. I didn't realize, and he's like, I don't want to stay at Zen's because you can't make any noise, and I was like, and then I go, yeah, but she's coming in, and I hear silence, and I just said, well, I'll just tell her to come another week, and he goes, okay. Like who the fuck does that? Like it's like you're basically trying to get an out, and it's not. It's like he's not running with it. He's not running with it at all. He doesn't get it. But it's all about family when it's all about to show people how fucking great every fucking thing is. Everything is fucking great. Everybody is everybody's family. Hit me up if you need anything. Come on. It's a fucking fake bullshit thing. And it was like, and he's like, even if he was joking about the stuff that the equipment here, this is what he bought. This thing right here. Yeah, the mic stand, he fucking bought. Rustic Cuts, the meat thing that I don't even know what happened to them. They paid for the camera. They paid for a box. They bought all new mics. He sends me his old one. He's like, I got an old one. It says, yeah, I will send this back. I will send this back in a second. Okay. I will send this back, and say he didn't pay for nothing at all. And we just wanted to come on here and not do a fucking hate show anymore. That was what I wanted to do on the side. We just wanted to laugh and have fun, have people come to a place. I know people love all the bullshit. It's exciting. It's like, oh, it's not you. So fucking yeah, let's fucking just pile on people. And that's, it started like even in Pottstown with he would have a list of people. He would say, he would hit people up and go, come on down. He told Ray, come down. Ray's like, he told me to come down. I go, you're not on the list that he gave me. And I put together how much people are getting paid by the amount of tickets that are sold, and then we go after and go, okay, this is now what we have. And Ray said, I remember Ray being there, and he's like, like he wants to stay at the house. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving tonight. I had a migraine then. I get them a lot. And I had a migraine that night. And I go, well, he can have my bed, or somebody takes that bed. He can sleep anywhere. And they're like, no, he's not staying it. And they just played him like a fucking, like the guy is out there. I said that I would pay for his room once I found out what happened. And Ray's like, no, it ended up working out. But it's like, when does it stop just fucking with people all the time? Every fucking second. And if you think that, her being, she wasn't on the day. It was a seat.
It wasn't a dais.
It wasn't a dais. You want to talk for yourself, because everybody's like, this is what happened. This is what happened.
Here comes Yoko.
Here comes Yoko. Get ready for it, guys. Okay. And then we'll get to all your stuff after it's all done. Go ahead, Yoke.
Hello. No, I didn't. I didn't even really on it, to be honest with you. I've heard the word dais before. I'm not a comic. I didn't think of it as a dais because last DabbleCon was there wasn't as crowded, right? I mean, there
Yeah.
was more seats. So we all sat, all the people that weren't on the show, like Joe Russo's wife, we kind of sat together along the side. Anybody that wasn't really working, but with the group sat in the
Mm-hmm.
side area. But it was so packed this time, and it sold out so beautifully this time that there was none of those seats were available. Like people were in those seats. So I was just looking around and there's a seat available next to Missy and Anthony and everyone who kind of was just sitting by that back wall by the green room. But I was told I couldn't sit there. That's all. I found a great seat in the way back next to the big star of the evening, Melton. And
And
so
Whatnot
it was
Chaser.
fine, and Whatnot Chaser. So that was fine. And let me tell you, did I complain? Did I pout? Did I stomp my feet? No, I just like it was just something that I noticed, right? That I wasn't like I felt pushed out of that area, and that's fine.
And right before we
It,
were going out, they go, "Okay, we're going to start." I go, "Where are we sitting?" And he goes, "Those seats right there are for the entertainers, right?" And he did it with his head down. He had his head down most of the weekend when he was trying to tell us where we should be in the house. We should be doing this. We shouldn't be going to. We're not going to go hang out with Carl and all of them because we have to do a show. Like we could have done. We could have done the show after. We could have done it the next day. It didn't really matter when we did the show. That was the whole fucking thing. It would have been nice to hang out with the fans, and that was the whole thing. And we had fans coming from California that planned on hanging out with us that night. And I felt really bad that, I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to hang out. And then it's all of a sudden we're doing a show. The thing was from 8 o'clock till like 10 o'clock. We didn't start the show till 10 o'clock. We didn't start going. We
I'll be
could have
right
been
back.
there. Yeah, we could have been there with, all the guys hanging out. And it was just like, you got to do this. You can't do, you know what I mean? Then you go inside and you listen to, Perry when I'm supposed to be hanging out. Like, what am I supposed to do? We're on camera with each other every fucking second of the day. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's no TV in the room. If I want to put my phone next to it, it wasn't blasting because that's how I go to sleep. He had to walk all the way around to listen to see if I was fucking what I was doing. It was like the weirdest fucking thing. He basically got this thing so he can just tell people what to do, how I have to act, I have to do this, I have to do that. And it was incredible the way that he had his head like fucking down all the time. Wouldn't look anybody in the face. None of us, not me or her. He would just come in and go, "We're going out into the club because we're gonna meet everybody."
Yeah, he just seemed a little standoffish.
Yeah, the whole time. And she goes, "You're gonna go to the club?" And he goes, I have to be at the club because we were gonna meet with everybody from all the shows. We get there, it's just us. It's just us. But you like say what you want to say. Like they were saying, "Oh, you did this, you did that, you did, you were mad about this." It was just uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable there. Huh? It was how uncomfortable, like it was just very uncomfortable for us and all that stuff. And yeah.
No, I did get a seat at DoubleCon too. I didn't have to stand up. I didn't have to hang from the ceiling. It's not
Mhm.
it's not that I thought I deserved a seat on the dais. That's so
Mm.
stupid. I never said that. I took note in my little brain
Mhm.
that while other people were all like in this group, I literally thought I was in a group that I was not in. That's
Mhm.
all. Stupid me. You're all right. I'm stupid. Like I obviously I'm not a performer. I didn't think that I was going to get up and do 10 minutes, although I did prepare 10 minutes.
Did prepare 10 minutes. Yeah. Like the first time you thought there was a work with John and how Kevin and John fell for it. that was basically me. Basically, I was basically let go again. You know, it's like you're not into the. I'm sitting on the show. Sometimes when I wear the sunglasses, I'm dealing with a migraine or something like that, or I just don't want people to see it in my face that you know, I'm not. I'm in pain. I'm in pain, and I'm like this. I'm like rubbing my head. The show. It was in May or something, and he's like, can you make believe you want to be here?" And then I'm like, I'm here every fucking day when I'm in pain or not in pain. Okay, it's just you go and do the show. I have to do comedy like that. I go on stage and do comedy like that because I'm fucking, you know, I'm in pain, but you can't fucking try to let people know. But sometimes it's overwhelming, and then it's like he's just like he's yelling about shit that has no fucking meaning to anything because he just wants to it's not about family, and that's the big point. He always wanted to just be able to tell you you're not doing your job. It was basically me. If I'm not myself, it hurts, and it just it's not a good show because nobody can cover. Nobody. It's like you're saying that the other guys suck, that they can't do anything. You can't pick up. Everybody has to pick up for somebody else on a show. That's just the way it is. Okay, somebody's gonna have an off night. But if I have an off night, oh my God, it was the end of the fucking world, and I had to hear it. And then he would call her with all these fucking questions and that. But after that show, he gave me shit again because I had a fucking migraine. He's like, you know, we just can't do this stuff like this. It just doesn't. It you know, no, we can't feed off. We got to feed off each other. Basically, you're feeding off of everybody but yourself, motherfucker. And and then I ended up. He's like, you know, you're not into this anymore. And I was like, fine, then I'm done. And once again, I get a call 2 days later or 3 days later that fucking, oh, I don't know why I said shit like this. And those were the calls that came all the time. And then we made it into a work. That was not a work. I was fucking done at that point. And he's like, "Come on back." You know, well, look, I was fucked up for what I said. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. It was always, I shouldn't have said it like that. I shouldn't have said it like that. That, you know, but you're the one that's always fucking going after me, you know, to make sure that I bring it so I can bring it. And I talk about everything. So the super chats are fucking all about what I'm talking about or me or the pool or, you know, it was just like, why isn't nobody else bringing up anything in their fucking life on any of these shows? But it's okay for me to totally anything, and that's the best show to do is something that's honest. I like it like that. And you know, one of the worst works that really fucking drove me fucking crazy when the whole Izzo thing broke out. Like that was a horrible thing. You know, I'm not saying, you know, he knew anything about it, but I'm just saying, why would you want to do a work and have Anthony Cumia, one of the biggest radio guys in the business, say, "Oh my God, this is you know, I knew more that surely knew more than he is saying." Why would you add to being like a pedophile thing? It made no fucking sense to anybody. How can that be? What is the work going to end with? That John fell for it or something like that? John didn't fall for it from the beginning. He didn't fall. It went on for 2 to 3 months, and he's like, "Well, Anthony has, you know, the hurricane came." I go, but get it over with. This is so stupid. It's like you you want to. You're promoting that something you don't want to be talking about anymore. Why would you keep doing that?
That's exactly what it is. You don't really want that still running around, do you? Like let that shit die. I'm okay with everyone hating me. I still have a job to go to and to do and to take care of people because I'm a loving, caring person.
Yeah, but Yeah, but like you broke us up. Like that was the big thing.
No, I didn't.
No, not at all.
I didn't even want you guys to break up. I don't like friendships ending. I don't want you to break up with Kevin. I didn't want you to break up with Julie. I was just shocked that was never going to. There was never going to be like a meeting of people to like agree to disagree or whatever. But it was like war between Julie and Kevin. So that was hard on you. I remember how hard that was on you.
Yeah, because you would have to deal with the calls. You would have to deal with the calls.
I mean, I would just have to deal with my feelings for you, knowing that you really like Bull.
Then, we had the pay-per-view thing or whatever it was, which was a lot of people bought that. A lot of people bought that. And I know the club got, like 30% of that. But the fact is that I, he sends the money and it's like $1,000 more. And it was like a lot of money. Like all of a sudden, everything is hidden. Everything is hidden again. And then because he says, I don't do anything. But when we do the comedy shows, he's hosting and doing 15 minutes. That's all he's doing. Did I ever say to him, oh man, you didn't earn it. It's always like you didn't earn the money.
I mean, he would even tell you what to do on your show because it affected his show. Is that right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, but pretty much. And I'm like, it's going to hurt what we built. Like, it's like they're going to give you super. And
like,
I don't
the
even.
Shuley Network was always supposed to come before any other network.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Kevin felt that way.
And I would be told, why are you going on these little shows like all the time? And I go, because like they're friends of mine. They're like, and he goes, but it does nothing. I go, it doesn't have to do nothing. I go, the you know what I mean? Somebody asks you to do something, you do it. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. That's how I am. It really didn't matter. And like, it was just like insane to be told what to do. And then leaving Davilcon that night, like when everything was over at the night, they moved it out to the karaoke thing or whatever the fuck it's called. And we're basically sitting out there. We're sitting out there. We're not sitting. We're standing out there.
There's no sitting.
There's no sitting there. It's like I'm fucking like.
So you've been there all day and night.
All day and night. We drove 4 hours.
11 p.m. and you have to stand there somewhere, and that's cool for them youngins.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, and it's like, what are we gonna do? Stand there and watch people sing? It's like, we were exhausted.
We had to weigh out how tired we were that night.
Yeah.
We didn't fly in that night. We drove all the way from Philly, basically.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours or something like that, and it was it's like I'm gonna stand the whole fucking night.
And then I did get sick. I was popping Advil like crazy. I had like some type of inflammatory problem. It wasn't pink eye, whatever. It was It was my eyes.
Yeah.
But that came literally popped up on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my, to the point where I had to go to the urgent care.
Yeah, she went to the urgent care, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait for it. And then when we got home, he goes, if you cared about her, you would have went to the urgent care. And I go, I was going with, like, he's telling me what I should do with my family. That's the fucking most. It was the most the biggest slap in the face that he's ever done. And he goes, she told me you don't want to go there. She goes, I know, I know these places. They're boring. You just sit here. I'll be back.
I didn't know if it was going to be quick or long. So what if it was really long and Bob's going to miss his show? He couldn't come with me.
Yeah.
There's no way I would want Bob to come with me. You never know if you walk into an urgent care or an ER in a foreign place, especially. You don't know, like, how long it's going to take. I'm going to have Bob sitting there with me in urgent care when he can possibly miss his show that night. No.
Yeah. And
so I went by myself. So I was actually trying not to fuck up your show, but I had to go to the, but then when I called you and said, dude, they saw me already. It was quick. Yeah, I'm on my way back. And you're like, cool, I'll just wait for you.
Yeah. We were talking back and forth to see, she goes, I should be next. And we were going like that to see, because Mike and them were still there. And it was like, I go, I think she's going to be. Go ahead, go. And it was like a big deal of just telling us like what we should be doing, and like doing like, when I did Perry's show, it was like, oh my God, it was like, he's like, how long did you do? And I go, I don't know. I did like 4 hours. He goes, yeah, 4 hours, huh? And it was like, what's the big deal? This is like, this is promotion back and forth, okay? And it was like, we don't need promotion. You know what I mean? We're the big dogs.
I just
We
want
don't
to
need.
know why Shuli was upset that weekend with you. Like right from the start. That's all.
But it looked like he
It
was pissed
seemed
at
like
both
he,
of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like something was irritating him, and I don't know if we drove there, we got there the same time everybody else pretty much got there. I
Yeah.
don't understand like what happened off the it maybe, and maybe it's just our perception of him
Yeah.
just being preoccupied with the events of the weekend that we maybe took it personally. I
Yeah.
don't know, but you can't say that when after the show and everything was said and done, and the very next conversation you have with him is him like basically letting you go. I mean, so we weren't stupid or
Yeah. We
imagining
definitely knew.
things.
Yeah.
So because obviously the outcome was Bob and you and Shuli split up that after that.